Good afternoon from Groovy X Farm. I am Jeff. Today is Friday, 56 degrees and drizzling right now. Yes, it is. Busy week. I had a couple helpers stop by on Wednesday, doesn't matter. Jeff and Leanne, thank you so much. They have came down before and helped out a little bit last year. From Iowa, but they have a place down here in Arkansas, and so yeah, it was great meeting up with them again, especially because they did all kinds of projects around here that needed doing. So I really appreciate that. Let's go take a look. I did catch them in action, clearing up the brush in the front yard and getting that all piled up and ready to be taken care of later. While I was doing my afternoon chicken chores, Jeff and Leanne were knocking out the front yard, and I mean they knocked it out. So yeah, it's this is not a property for lawnmowers, and I've got better things to do than weed eat all day every day. So they came with a weed eater with a metal blade that Jeff had, rigged up and piled up all the brush. But we got this knocked down because I'm going to be putting some chickens here. So while I was tending to the baby chicks, they were out here getting ready for this coop, and then we both finished about the same time, so we headed up to the old place and grabbed my last chicken coop. They just had a small utility trailer, but with some ingenuity from Jeff, and my coop's about 8 foot by 10 foot, he grabbed some end slabs from my resource pile and secured them to the trailer, screwed my coop into the end slabs, and it was pretty smooth sailing all the way down here. So now I've got my last chicken coop down here. It's in the front yard. I'm going to be transferring a flock over there, and I'm ready to go. Last time they were down here, they ran, this is electrical wire in this conduit, the gray conduit. So we had electrical wire so I could add some plugs in the kitchen. So there are 2 circuits, but it wasn't in conduit or anything. So they came down and put it all in the conduit, but we didn't have all the right pieces. So this time we had all the right pieces, and we got those the corner thingies, I don't know what anything's called, and it's all protected up to the box. So that was a good project to get finished, was the electrical wires going through the conduit. They also got the screen door on for the back door. Had to do a little trimming up in the corner to make it fit. It was a little bit too big, but they know what they're doing. They've flipped houses before, so very handy. Yeah, I got the screen door on, and then we also took out the window in the back door. That's where they had broken into my house, was breaking through the window. But thanks to Tiny Farm Nuggets and SJR Adventures, they found me a new window for the door. But when we were putting that in, the dirty side got put on the inside of the dual pane, so it couldn't be cleaned, and I couldn't really see out the back door or window. So we tried to rectify that situation, and I'd say we improved it about 80%. But yeah, we turned around the one pane of glass, and but it turns out there's some type of film or something on the glass, and it's just, we even took razor blades to it. It helped a little bit, but it's like I said, it's 80% better than it was, and I can see out the back window, so I will take it. There was some gunk on the floor here. I guess the previous owner had put a rug down, and it had like glued itself to the wood. I don't know. But I really had no plans on anything to do. But Leanne knew exactly what to do to get it up, and that's exactly what she did. Sprayed it with some cleaner and took a putty knife, and now that floor right here at the back door is clean. There in the corner is a Lazy Susan, and the Lazy Susan was off the track since I moved here. And I've messed with it for a few minutes here and there, and I never could get it. But Jeff was Jeff was limber enough to, you got to get down on the floor and get underneath there, and that's just not something I can do for very long. But it took him 10 or 15 minutes, but he got the Lazy Susan back on track and ready for action. Moving right along, those conduits that I showed you earlier on the outside, one of those is to power the dishwasher here. So there's an outlet that we put in behind the dishwasher, and it's the only thing on that circuit. So I was hoping to get some more power out of that. So what Jeff did was we had to take out the dishwasher, get to the electrical box, and then he ran another wire behind the sink and over here so that I can have electricity and put a vent over the stove. And he just went ahead and wired an electrical box. You probably can't see it. It's underneath there. But we haven't placed the electrical box yet. But it's all wired so that we can pick a place here on the wall and put another outlet and run off some juice for a stove vent over the stove. And yes, finally got my stove here and plugged in. That is wonderful. For now, I got a microwave and my little toaster oven just there in the corner. I have another microwave at the old place I still need to bring down, which is a little bit smaller. And it's also got a nicer microwave cart. So I'll be bringing that microwave and microwave cart down here. It's got a middle shelf that slides out, so I can put the toaster oven on the slide out shelf, have the smaller microwave up there. But yeah, got the stove in. Leanne cleaned the stove, just wiped it all down. It looks almost brand new, and that was just wonderful. So yeah, also got an electrical line run for another outlet and for some power to the stove vent, and I am moving up in the world. There's rain in the forecast all day Saturday, so I'm taking some hay out to the coops. Lots of rain means mud. Mud means muddy chicken feet, and muddy chicken feet means muddy eggs, and muddy eggs are not easy to hatch. So I got this hay from Drew and Lindsay. They were using it in the back of her truck for the homecoming parade, and I think it came from the neighbor down the street, but I really appreciate this hay. So it'll help, hopefully, a couple days of rain here. It'll help keep the eggs from getting too muddy. But that's a lot of work. And then I'm filling a couple waterers while this rooster flock there in the front, you can see they all get along. That's my keeper flock. I've got 8, 9 roosters in there, and they're all doing well. It's going to be dark a little bit early tonight with all the clouds, and that is good for me because there's 24, 25 youngsters in here. Yeah, they're about 3 months old now. So tonight at dark, here in about a half an hour, I will be moving these 25 or so little ankle biters to their new flocks. They will be going into 4 different flocks. So the white and true blues will go back there, and the brown one right behind it. Number 2's kids and some Ancanas will be going into number 2's flock there. I got some olive eggers which will be going into that flock, and then some more white and true blues and some Morans will be going into that flock down there. So I will be busy tonight. You might not get this video until Saturday because I'm probably going to wear myself out walking around with 25 ankle biters tonight. It is sprinkling a little bit harder, so I'm going to wrap up this video. Thank you once again to Jeff and Leanne for all of the project that you knocked out. That was just, yeah, I can't say thank you enough. You know, getting this kitchen ready to go and the electrical stuff, I'm just, yeah. And even if, you know, I probably could do some of this myself, but I ain't got time to go learn how to do it. I do not have time right now. Maybe this winter it starts getting darker earlier, and I like tonight, I'm dispersing one flock into 6, so that's, you know, one less flock I'm going to have to worry about. And that, you know, cuts down my time every day. So this winter, after all these baby chicks have grown up enough that I can disperse them out into the flocks, that's going to cut down my daily chore load considerably. So hopefully this winter I can get some more done inside of the house here, because it needs it. But yeah, thank you once again to Jeff and Leanne. Oh man, and I'd invited them tomorrow, Saturday for you guys probably. We were gonna have a chicken processing today day, and but the weather forecast calls for rain all day long, and I'm just not set up to do chicken processing in the rain. But I invited them Saturday, and so yeah, unfortunately they were not going to be able to meet a bunch of cool people. And I didn't want them to help out with the chicken processing. They could just hang out and have some fun. But it's not going to work out. But I promise, next time they come down here, we'll introduce them to some of the other channels that they watch. That was great. You know, I rode with them up to my old place and back and had some great conversations. And, you know, they're soaking up all the homesteading stuff from the folks around this area, just like I am. So that was all good. All right, I'm going to stop yapping and get to work. Well, I'm going to take a 15-minute break. Then I'm going to go outside and start shuffling ankle biters around. Thanks for watching. Thanks for everything. And take it easy.